How to work a Macintosh or an Apple computer. In this video I provide demonstrations and illustrations. However, since this video is for people who are new to the Mac world, I must first give some explanations. Before we get started, I must tell you that your Macintosh or Apple computer comes with a lot of free applications or programs. These free applications provide you with almost everything you need. For example, Apple GarageBand allows people who know nothing about music to create music. What I mean with regards to nothing is that you know 100% nothing. You cannot play a musical instrument, you cannot sing, and you do not know the difference between a melody and rhythm. Me, I know 100% nothing about music. But here is a sample of the music I created using GarageBand. It is about 1 minute long. The camera and microphone on your laptop are better than any cell phone camera. So you can use the camera and the microphone to record all kinds of videos, sounds, and music. You can use Apple's QuickTime Player to record videos. You can use Apple's QuickTime Player to record sound or audio. You can use Apple's QuickTime Player to record the computer screen. And you can use Apple's QuickTime Player to make simple edits to a video. You can use Screenshot to record images and videos from the internet and use it in a movie. I will provide more details about Screenshot later in this video. You can use Apple Preview to change the size of the image, the color of the image, plus add text and add graphics to the image. You can use Apple Preview to combine PDF files, put a signature on a PDF, plus add text and add graphics to the PDF. After you have the video recorded, all the images, the music, and the voiceover, then you can import all of these things into iMovie and create a movie that you can export to YouTube or create a high-definition video DVD. I am not going to review all of these topics in this video, but if you want to know more, then click on the little white circle at the top. The white circle will show once you move your mouse over the area. Next, when you click the thumbnail, you will be taken to all the other videos I created in your language. As you see on the right are all the other videos. What I will review in this video are the following. How to change the language settings. Launchpad. How to create a screenshot. How to work with files and folders. How to delete hidden files, and how to create more space on your computer. How to back up and restore files and folders on your computer. Apple Preview, which allows you to work with images and PDF files. How to change the language on a Mac computer or Apple computer. The default settings on a Mac computer or Apple computer are set to what the United States uses. To change the language on a Mac computer or Apple computer, go to System Preferences. Next, go to Language and Region. Language and Region is the icon that looks like a flag. At the bottom, click the plus icon. Next, click on the language you like to add, and then click the blue icon that says Add. If you click the blue icon, then the whole computer and all of its programs will use the new language. Plus, depending on the language, it might ask if you want to add keyboard settings for the new language. Now, when you close System Preferences, the computer will tell you that the computer will have to restart for the new language to take effect. As you can see that all the programs are now using the new language. Microsoft Word is now using the new language. Microsoft Excel is now using the new language. Plus, all of the free programs that came with your Mac are now using the new language. Free programs such as iMovie, which allow you to create videos that you can publish on YouTube or turn into a DVD. Pages, which is like Microsoft Word. Plus, Pages allow you to use all of your Microsoft Word files, and you can also export Pages files into Microsoft Word files and PDFs. Numbers, which is like Microsoft Excel. Plus, Numbers allow you to use all of your Microsoft Excel files, and you can also export Numbers files into Microsoft Excel files and PDFs. Plus, Final Cut Pro is now using the new language. Let's go back to the System Preferences language and region settings. You can change the region to your location. The default region is the United States. You can change when the first day of the week starts. The default is Sunday. The calendar is set to Gregorian, but you can change it to Buddhist, Islamic, or any of the other 14 calendars. You can change the time to a 24-hour clock, or what some call military time. You can change the temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Last, you can change the list order from Universal to French, Canadian, or different kinds of German. Now click on Advance at the bottom. On this page you can change the currency setting to your country's currency or money. Next, you can change the measurement from the United States to metric or to what the United Kingdom uses. At the top, you can change the format of the date. Plus, at the top, you can change the format of the time. Plus, if you go to Google Translate, type in the website address, then select the language you want to see the website in. Google Translate will translate the website into that language. I will put a link to Google Translate in the description below. How to use Launchpad and Screenshot on a Macintosh or an Apple computer. Launchpad. I want you to go to the bottom and click the Launchpad icon to open it. As you know, Launchpad allows you quick access to all the applications or programs on your computer. Now, click on the icon called Other. Most of these applications you might never use. However, there are 4 applications that you might use at least once. The first application is called Migration Assistant. If you buy a new computer, you can use Migration Assistant to transfer all your applications, programs, files, folders, passwords, and contacts to the new computer. Plus, Migration Assistant will transfer all this information from one Mac to another Mac, or from a PC to a Mac. This brings us to the Boot Camp Assistant. Boot Camp will allow you to run Windows on your Mac. Thus, your Mac computer or Apple computer can be a Mac computer and a Windows computer simultaneously. Next is Disk Utility. Disk Utility is where you format a hard drive and a USB drive. At the top, the icon called First Aid will attempt to fix your hard drives or USB drives. The next icon called Partition will split the drive into different areas. Thus, if the drive is big enough, then you can have the drive be both a backup drive and a regular drive. Or you can have the hard drive run Apple applications or Windows applications at the same time. The next icon is called Erase. Erase will delete everything on the hard drive or USB drive and reformat the drive. The next icon is called Mount. If the hard drive or USB drive is connected to the computer but is not showing, then Mount will attempt to reconnect the drive. Screenshot. There are two ways to take a screenshot. The first way is to hold Shift, Command, and the number 3 keys at the same time. This method will take a screenshot of the whole screen and place the image in the document folder. If you open the image, the title of the image will be the date the image was created, and the time the image was created. The second method is to open Launchpad and then the icon called Other. Now click on the icon that looks like a camera, which is labeled Screenshot. This application allows you to take a screenshot of the whole screen, or part of the computer screen. The first icon called Capture Entire Screen will take a screenshot of the whole computer screen. The second icon called Capture Selected Window will take a screenshot of only the window you are currently in. The third icon called Capture Selected Portion will take a screenshot of the parts of the computer screen you selected. The fourth icon is called Record Entire Screen, will record the whole screen as a QuickTime video. The fifth icon is called Record Selected Portion, will record only part of the computer screen you selected as a QuickTime video. If you selected one of the screenshot choices, and then select the next icon called Options provides a drop-down menu that is only for screenshots. The first category provides the option of where you want the screenshot or recording to be saved. The second category provides the option of a countdown timer. It will show a timer, and when the timer reaches 0, then it will take the screenshot or start recording. If you selected one of the recording choices, and then select the next icon called Options will provide an additional category called Microphone. You can use this category to select what microphone you want to use, such as the internal microphone or an external microphone. You can also tell it to record no sound or no audio. The last categories are called Floating Thumbnail, Remember Last Selection, and Show Mouse Clicks. The category called Floating Thumbnail will provide a thumbnail view of what you just recorded, and after a few seconds will disappear. The category called Remember Last Selection means that you will not have to keep resetting the area you selected. The category called Show Mouse Clicks will record and show a black circle every time you use the mouse to click on something, like you see in all my videos. How to work with files and folders on a Mac computer, Apple computer. In this video, I will show how to work with files and folders on a Mac computer or Apple computer. It will help to make your workflow more efficient and might reduce some of the headaches you might have. If you are used to working with a PC, then this will help. Let's start with the desktop. As you can see, I have all the folders, files, and hard drives lined up on the right side of the desktop. If I right mouse click anywhere on the desktop, will bring up a menu. If I scroll down to the command called sort by and click the none command, I will then be able to move each item on the desktop to any place I wish. However, if I go back to the sort by command, and select any of the sort commands, then each item will move to the right side of the desktop, their location will be locked, and I will not be able to move any of them to a different location on the desktop. Now I will add a few additional folders and files for the next demonstration. As you can see, I have folders, files, and 4 external hard drives on my desktop. If I right mouse click anywhere on the desktop, will bring up a menu. If I scroll down and select the last menu option that says Show Viewers Options, the view controls for the desktop will pop up. The first 2 items on this control that says Stack by and Sort by work the same way. If I select Stack by and then select Kind, we'll move all the items on the desktop to the right side, and we'll list the items by the kind of item they are. As you see here, each item is now sorted by the hard drive, then by file, and last by folder. If I go back and select None, we'll move each item back to its original location. As you can see, Sort by works the same way. The following controls are helpful, because these controls allow you to create more space on the desktop. As you see here, the control called Icon Size allows you to increase or reduce the size of each desktop item. The next control is called Grid Spacing. As you see here, grid spacing allows me to increase or reduce the space between each desktop item. The next control, called Text Size, allows you to increase or reduce the size of the text of each item. The next control, called Label Positions, will move the name of each item on the desktop from the bottom to the right side. When I select the next control called Show Item Information, we'll show how much space I have for each hard drive, how much free space I have in each hard drive, how many items I have in each folder, and what kind of file it is, such as a PDF or Word document. The next control, which is labeled Show Icon Preview, will give me a small view of what is in each file. As you can see, within this folder I have 3 folders. If I right mouse click anywhere, will bring up a menu. If I scroll down to the command called Sort by and click the None command, I will then be able to move each folder to any place I wish. If I select Sort by and then select Kind, we'll move each folder back to the top. Their location will be locked, and I will not be able to move any of them to a different location within the folder. I am going to show an easy way to move files from one folder to another folder. Within this folder, I will select one of the folders and right mouse click on the folder. Next, I will select the first control that says Open in New Window. This will open the folder while at the same time keeping the original folder open. Then I will do the same for another folder. Thus, I now have the original folder open, while at the same time I have two folders open that are in the original folder. This allows me to move files from one folder to another folder within the original folder. I can also select one of the commands on the left sidebar and open it in a new window. As you can see, the document folder is open while at the same time I have all the other folders open. This allows me to move files from one folder to the document folder. Now go to the top and select Edit. And by keep selecting Undo will move all the files back to their original locations. Undo and redo work on the desktop or in any folder. Now I will show how to rename files. As you can see, I have 33 files I want to rename. I first select one of the files and then right mouse click. Now I will select the control called Rename and copy the part of the name I want to change. Next, I will go back to the top and select File and go down to the command called Select All. As you can see, all the folders have been selected. Now, I will right mouse click on one of the files and then select the command called Rename. In the first box, I will put the part I want to change. In the other box, I will type the word that I want to use, and then I will click Rename. As you can see, all the files have been renamed. I will do the same thing once more. As you can see, all the files have been renamed. If I go back to the top and keep selecting Undo, then all the files will go back to their original names. If I select any folder or file, and then right mouse click, will bring up a menu. If I scroll down to the command called Get Information, will bring up a window that will give me information about the file or folder. This window gives information about how big the file or folder is, the location of the file or folder, when it was created and when it was modified. If I check this box, then the file or folder will be locked and no one will be able to make changes or delete it without a password. Within this window, if I go down to the bottom, then I can also provide additional security. The bottom allows me to set who has permission to make changes and view or read this folder or file. First, I must unlock the folder or file, and then I will be able to set the permission. The first option allows a person to read and make changes to the file or folder. The second option allows a person only to be able to read the file or folder. The third option allows the person to transfer the file or folder to Dropbox. If I click on the plus icon at the bottom, then I will be able to add people that will have access to the file or folder. Do not forget to relock it after you are done. Now, if you go to the top and select View, you will be able to see different view options that will provide helpful information. If I select Hide Toolbar, then the toolbar at the top, the path bar at the bottom, and the side menu will be hidden. If I select Hide Path Bar, the path bar at the bottom will be hidden. The path bar is helpful because it gives you information on the location of the folder or file, and it also allows you to jump to different locations in the path. If I select Hide Status Bar, then the status bar at the bottom will be hidden. The status bar is helpful because it tells you how many items are in the folder and how much available space is left on the hard drive. How to delete programs, delete hidden files, and get more space on a Mac computer or Apple computer. I will show how to delete files on your jump drive or flash drive. I will show how to access the trash folder on a jump drive, a flash drive, or an external hard drive. I will show how to create an alias folder or an alias file. An alias folder or an alias file can help you save hard drive space while at the same time allowing quick access to everything in the folder, or immediate access to the file. I will show how to delete programs and delete hidden files. Moving a program from the application window to the trash does not always delete the whole program. Plus, some programs create additional files that are impossible to find. If your Mac computer or Apple computer's internal hard drive space drops below 10 GB will prevent some applications from working. Last, I will talk a little about the Apple Store. The Apple Store is your friend. The Apple Store has a lot of programs. And some of the free applications or programs are good. However, some of the applications or programs that cost money might not be good. Deleting files on your jump drive or flash drive. Yes, emptying the trash will or should delete all the files on the jump drive or flash drive. However, this only works if the jump drive or flash drive is connected to the computer. On a jump drive or flash drive, if you want to get a file out of the trash or just delete just one file on a jump drive or flash drive, then you have to access the trash folder. The trash folder on a jump drive or flash drive is a hidden folder. Now, click on or open the jump drive or flash drive. To access or show the trash folder or any hidden folder, hold down Shift, Command, and the period keys at the same time. Now, find the trash folder and open it. Next, right mouse click on the item you want to delete. This will open a menu. Next, click on the third control called Delete Immediately. This will permanently delete the item and free up space on the jump or flash drive. Do not forget to close the hidden folders when you are done. To close all the hidden folders when you are done, hold down Shift, Command, and the period keys at the same time. This not only closes the hidden folders, but it also protects the hidden folders. This also stops or prevents you from making any hidden folder, or the trash folder an alias folder. Alias folders and files. An alias folder is a shortcut to the folder. It can help you save hard drive space while at the same time allowing you quick access to this folder. For example, as you see here, I have an external hard drive connected to my Mac computer or Apple computer. When I open this hard drive, you can see I have a lot of folders and files on this hard drive. I can make an alias from any folder or any file. I first select a folder and then right mouse click to open a menu. Then I scroll down to the seventh control, which is called make alias. As you can see, the alias of the folder or file has been created within the hard drive. I now can move this alias to any location. I can put this alias on the desktop or in any folder. As you can see, when I open the alias folder, will show me and give me access to all the stuff in the actual or real folder. Even if I rename the alias folder, will not change the connection to the actual or real folder. Each alias folder should have a different name, or it will confuse the computer. Now, I will go back to the hard drive and delete the alias folder that was created. This will not have any effect on the alias folder I put on the internal hard drive. It just allows me to keep everything more organized. What I just showed also works with files and any external hard drive. Deleting programs and deleting hidden files. Moving a program from the application window to trash does not always delete the whole program. Some programs create additional files that are impossible to find. If your Mac computer or Apple computer's internal hard drive space drops below 10 GB, will prevent some applications from working. My Mac computer or Apple computer stopped working correctly because the internal hard drive space was below 10 GB. I went to a major retailer, and they wanted to charge me over $200. The retailer would back up the data, but I would still have to reinstall all the programs myself. A great resource is the Apple Store. The Apple Store has a lot of programs, and some are very good and are free. Some you have to pay and are not good at all. Thus, first read the reviews before you use any of them. I used a free application called Cleaner One, and within 10 minutes, it gave me back over 80 GB of internal hard drive space. Plus, I did not have to reinstall any programs or back up any data. Free is a lot better than paying $200. Cleaner One is easy to use. All you do is click Scan, and it will scan your whole computer. After the scan, click Junk, and then click the files you want to delete. To fully delete an application or program, you must have Cleaner One open and running. Then all you do is go into the application folder and send the application to the trash. Next, wait a few minutes. Cleaner One will ask if you want to fully delete all parts of the program. For the old programs you attempted to delete before using Cleaner One, reinstall the program, and follow the instructions I just mentioned. Cleaner One should now be able to delete all parts of the program or application. The Apple Store. The Apple Store has a lot of programs, and some are very good and are free. Some you have to pay and are not good at all. You can search for programs or applications by name, by type, and by category. I got more than 2 free programs or applications from the Apple Store, but here are the 2 I use the most. One of the free applications is a cooking timer. The cooking timer is easy to use and has saved many a meal. The other free application is a multi-clipboard. The multi-clipboard application is called Copy Clip. This application will copy over 20 items that you can use over and over again. I use this application to copy multiple texts. How to back up and restore programs, applications, and files on a Mac computer or Apple computer. This video shows how to do a poor man's backup. How to use the free application that comes with every Mac computer called Time Machine to back up and restore all programs, all applications, the desktop, files, and folders. However, to use Time Machine you need an external hard drive. There are many benefits to the Apple or Macintosh application called Time Machine. Under System Preferences, Time Machine is the icon that looks like a green clock moving backward. However, before I show you how to use Time Machine, let me tell you about some of its benefits. You can use Time Machine to back up everything. All files and all applications or programs, all passwords, all contact information, and the payment method information on your Macintosh or Apple computer. Therefore, if you buy a new computer, then you can use Time Machine to transfer all files, passwords, applications or programs, and all contact information to the new computer. You can use Time Machine to restore the desktop, all folders and files, any application, any single file, or any single folder to an earlier version. For example, as you see here, I select a file, and I go to the top, and on the menu bar, I click the Time Machine icon. And then, scroll down and click the command called Enter Time Machine. Now all the earlier versions of the file will show, and all I have to do is select one of these versions, and then click Restore at the bottom. Or I can go directly into the external hard drive where all the backups are stored and select the version I wish to work with. Time Machine will not delete any of the older versions or any backups unless you tell it to do so, or are scheduled to delete the old version. The downside to Time Machine is that it takes a lot of hard drive space. However, this will depend on what you tell it to back up. So, it is best to use an external hard drive. I am not recommending any particular hard drive, this is just the brand I use. Poor man's backup. Let's go into the application window and select an application or program to back up. Every time there is an update to any program or application, I back up the old version before I install the update. Now right mouse click to open a menu, and scroll down to the fifth control called Compress. The computer will make a zip copy of the application or program. As you see here, I did this 4 times with a program called Final Cut Pro. If I do not like the update, I just delete it or move it to the trash folder, and by unzipping the older version, we'll reinstall the older version. Time Machine. When you use Time Machine to back up your computer, it can take anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours. The first thing I suggest is not to click on the left side where it says Backup Automatically. Every hour Backup Automatically will back up everything you tell it to back up. Therefore, if you use this option before you set the controls, you will find that in a day, all the space on your hard drive will be gone. On the bottom, check the box that says Show Time Machine in the menu bar. This is good because it will provide 2 controls. As you see here, it provides the control called Backup Now, which allows you to do quick backups. Plus, it provides the command called Enter Time Machine, which allows you to access earlier versions of the file, folder, desktop, application, and programs. Now, let's go back to the Time Machine control window. At the top where it says Select Disk. This is the place where all the backups will be stored. As you see here, you have to use an external hard drive. You should also know that Time Machine will delete everything on the external hard drive, and format the external hard drive so that nothing else can be stored on this hard drive but the backups. This is why the hard drive is green with the Time Machine icon on it. Now, let's go to the bottom right side that says Options. This window tells Time Machine what not to back up. As you see here, I am telling Time Machine not to back up the external hard drives, the applications, the document folder, the movie folder and the music folder. This reduces the size of the backup to 74 gigabytes. However, when you first use Time Machine you should back up everything. All folders or windows, the desktop, all application and programs. However, do not back up any external hard drive. The plus and minus icon at the bottom allows you to add or take away items to be backed up. For example, if I select the document folder and then click the minus icon, then the document folder will be backed up. The backup size will increase from 74 gigabytes to 81 gigabytes. If I select the plus icon, and then select the document folder, and then at the bottom click the blue icon called Exclude, then the document folder will not be backed up. Since I now have everything I want selected and clicked Save, I will now go to the menu bar at the top and select Backup Now. The backup is now complete. It provides a summary of the oldest backup, the latest backup, and when the next backup is scheduled. How to work with PDF files and images on an Apple computer or Macintosh computer for free. Apple Preview allows you to combine PDF files, sign PDF files, rearrange pages within a PDF file, add page numbers to a PDF file, and add text to a PDF file. However, if you want to compress a PDF file, or add page numbers to many pages simultaneously, you have to get another program or application. There are many free applications or programs that will compress a PDF file, or add page numbers to many pages simultaneously. I will tell you about them later in this video. Apple Preview allows you to change the size of an image, adjust the color of an image, add text to an image, and save the image in many formats. PDF files. As you can see, I have 2 PDF files. I will select both PDF files and then right mouse click to open a menu and scroll down to the 8th command called Duplicate. I always work on the copy and leave the original alone. This way, if I mess up or make a mistake, then the original will be safe or protected. Now I will open one of the PDF files in Apple Preview. Click on the document, then right mouse click to open a menu. Scroll down to the second command called Open With. Next click on Preview. As you can see, I can increase or reduce the view of the document or image by pulling on the side or by clicking on the plus or minus icons at the top. Now within Preview, go to the top and click on the command called View, and then scroll down to the command called Thumbnail. As you can see, on the left side, it shows a thumbnail view of each page of the PDF. Let's go down to the last thumbnail or page of the PDF. Now I will take the other PDF and drag and drop it under the last page of the PDF that is in Preview. This will combine both PDF files into one PDF file. Now I will go back to the top, and under the Edit, I will click Undo. Now I will take the other PDF and drag and drop it anywhere within the PDF in Apple Preview. Now you know that you can place a PDF anywhere you like within another PDF. Now go back to the top, and under the command called View, scroll down to the 8th command called Contact Sheet. As you see here, this window allows you to rearrange or move a page to any location you like. You can also select a page, and then at the top, under Edit, click Delete, and the page will be deleted. To save your work as a PDF file, do not click Save. But at the top, under File, scroll down to the 17th command called Export as PDF file. After you make adjustments or changes, if you do not save your work, you might not be able to open it later. So, always save your work. If you had selected the 16th command called Export, then you will be able to save the document as an image file. Now let's go back to the top and click View, and then select Thumbnail. Now I will select 3 pages of this document, and at the top, under Edit, click Copy. Under File, select the command called New from Clipboard. As you can see, it makes a new PDF file from the selected pages. If I close this new document, it will ask if I want to save it. Delete means that this document will not be saved. Now, at the top, on the right side, click the command called Markup. As you can see, this opened an additional command bar below the top command bar. Now click on the command called Sign. It is the 7th command from the left. As you see here, I have 3 signatures. Unfortunately, it took me a few attempts to get my signature to be scanned correctly. If you click where it says Create Signature, we'll give you 2 options to create a signature. Option 1 allows me to use the trackpad to create my signature, and Option 2 allows me to use the camera on my computer to create my signature. Now, let's go back and select one of the signatures to add to the document. As you see here, I can move the signature to any location, and I can make the signature bigger or smaller. Now at the top, in the second menu bar, go to the last command on the right side called Text Style. This command allows you to set the font of the text, the color of the text, the size of the text, and if the text will be left, center, or right justified. The sixth command from the left, called Text, allows you to add the text to the document. As you see here, after I typed in some text, I can adjust the size by pulling on the side of the text box so all the text fit. I can also go back to the last command on the right side called Text Style and adjust the text size using this command. Next I can move the text to any location. Thus, you can use this to add page numbers. However, this only allows you to add one page number at a time. There are websites that will add page numbers to all the pages and compress the PDF file for free. One is called PDF File 24 Tools. Another is called PDF File Candy. At the top, go to the command called Fill Color. As you can see, the red slash means that the fill color is set to no fill. If I click the bottom, which is called Show Colors, then more colors options will show. Thus, I can set the fill color to any color I wish. The next command is called Border Color, and it works the same way as the Fill Color command. The next command is called Shape Style. Shape Style allows you to make the border bigger or smaller. Now let's go to the command called Shapes. The command Shapes allow you to add shapes to the PDF file or image. I will click the square to add a square to the document. As you can see, the square has no fill color, the border is blue and the outline of the square is kind of big. As you can see, I can make the square bigger, smaller, and move it to any place I wish. As you see here, if I go back to Fill Color, Border Color, or Shape Style, then I can change the square. As you see here, I can do the same thing with the other shapes. Like with the arrow or magnifier. The sketch command works like a pencil or pen. Plus, you can change the color and make other adjustments. The next command is called Redact. It allows you to hide parts of the document. To use this control, select it and highlight the parts you want redacted. Remember, to save the document you do not use save. You have to use the command called export as PDF. As you see here, after I save the document, the text is completely hidden. Thus, if you send the document to another person or print the document, people will not be able to see what is under the redacted part. The next command is called text selection. As you see here, it allows you to copy the text of the document, and then paste the text into another document, like a Microsoft Word document. However, text selection only works if the document is not protected. Images and pictures. Everything you did with a PDF file you can do with a still image or a picture, but the image controls provide some additional functions. Thus, I am not going to repeat what I demonstrated with PDF files. Now I will open the picture in Apple Preview. Click on the document, then right mouse click to open a menu. Scroll down to the second command called Open With. Next click on Preview. I am dragging one of the ends to make the view bigger, which will help me to see what I am doing. Go to the command at the top called Tools, and then scroll down to the command called Adjust Colors. As you can see, a control window popped up. This window allows you to adjust the colors of the picture. I am not going to play around with any of them, because every picture is different. So you just have to play with each control for each picture until you get the picture the way you want. Next go to the command at the top called Tools, and then scroll down to the command called Adjust Size. Since I will be using this image or picture in a video, I have to adjust the size of the image. For the control that says Fit Into, I want to select Custom. Before I can change the width and the height of the image, I must unlock these controls. To unlock these controls, click on the lock, or go down and uncheck the box next to the control called Scale Proportionally. I want the width to be 1920 and the height to be 1080. Plus, these measurements should be in pixels. Anything other than pixels will provide an error message. You can leave everything else as it is and click OK. Now I will make parts of the image transparent. However, the transparent tool in Apple Preview is nowhere near as powerful as Photoshop. To make any images or part of an image transparent, the format must be PNG, which is short for Portable Network Graphics. The image cannot be formatted in JPEG, JPG, TIFF, or any other format. Let's save the image as a PNG file. Go to the top, and under File, scroll down and click Export. In this window, select PNG. When you make parts of the image transparent, an additional control called Alpha will pop up. Alpha will keep the transparent parts. If Alpha is not selected, then no part of the image will be transparent. Now open the PNG version of the image. Go to the top and click on Markup to open another menu bar. Go to the first command called Selection Tools. Then select the rectangular selection tool. Anywhere you draw a rectangle, a square, or a circle, and then click Delete on your keyboard or at the top under Edit, will make the parts inside the rectangle, the square, or the circle transparent. The lasso selection tool allows you to draw an outline around a subject, and whatever is in the outline will be transparent after you click Delete. The next tool is called Smart Lasso. When you use this tool, it is best to select small parts at a time. The next tool is called Instant Alpha. When you use this tool, it is best to select small parts at a time. Now let me show you what this looks like. But first, we must save the image as a PNG file. Go to the top, and under File, scroll down and click Export. Make sure the box next to the command called Alpha is selected. Alpha will keep the transparent parts. If Alpha is not selected, then no part of the image will be transparent. I have opened this image and another image in Photoshop. Now I will take the image we worked with and overlay it on the other image. As you can see, all the areas where we put a transparent background are allowing the other image to show. As you can see, if I import this image in Final Cut Pro or any video editing software, it will work the same way.
Please click like, leave a comment, or subscribe. Thank you.